Welcome back to my conversation with Carey Conley. We call this My Anchor in All the Storms. Carey is a speaker, author, and a vision and purpose expert. She helps entrepreneurs create their vision so they can get past their fear of stepping outside their comfort zone and their fear of failing, and maybe even their fear of success. I'm Maria Tomás-Keegan, your host, and this is part of my continuing series of conversations with brilliant, resilient women like Carey, who have inspiring stories to tell and who are role models for the rest of us when it comes to learning to thrive. Hi, Carey.
Hello.
I want to thank you from the bottom of...
This like makes my whole day, when people talk about you in that way. Thank
Oh,
you.
I am so honored. I'm so honored that you are sharing your story with us and your perspective on the importance of having your own vision so we can create that anchor for ourselves. So
Right.
I know you now teach others that what you've learned about the importance of that anchor. So would you share a few of those, nuggets of wisdom that we can take away with us today?
Sure. So, I've mentioned this before that I've been teaching vision for a very long time in one way or another for well over 25 years. It started out because I was asked to write my own vision when I started with my first network marketing company over 25 years ago. They had me literally write out 21 reasons why I wanted to go all the way to the top. And that became literally the beginning of my first idea around having to have a vision. So I did that with all of those people, and then I've done it in workshops. And so here's what I know. There are a lot of commonalities, especially amongst entrepreneurs. As you mentioned, I've worked with a lot of them. I'll do vision work with anybody because it's everybody needs it. A lot of epidemics. So one, having a vision, a written, clear, leap off the page with dates vision, fixes. That is a big problem for most people, is it helps you put better boundaries around your time, your money, and who you spend it with. I could spend a whole day on that topic, and you know this, Maria, because you've seen me do it, right? So many people running such busy lives and, getting on a hamster wheel every year and not getting anywhere. Like they'll end this year and start the next year going, what just happened? And I got no further along. Not making more money, which they intended to do, and still not having a lot of boundaries in their relationship. So having a written vision around who you want to be and where you're going in writing around that topic helps a lot. I've seen a lot of people clean up the relationship connections most specifically. Because not everybody is supposed to be along for the ride on where you're going. They might have gotten you here in a really good way, but might be time to let some of them go. Big hint. It helps people get a game plan down. So whatever chosen career path or entrepreneurial path you're on, or educational path you're on, it helps you make the decisions every day. So, every day we're faced with a lot of things coming at you, especially in this world now where we've got social media and massive amounts of meetups and lots of different ways we can connect with people. We throw all those things in our calendar saying yes to all of them when really most of them don't align with where you're really going. So it's just busy work and it's messing up your time. So when you get your vision down around your career path with dates, and I've said that now about 5 times, here's the gap for most people. Most people will have a beautiful vision board with pictures, but nothing in writing like I teach people to do around the details and, not just putting a picture up of a Hawaii vacation. I want to know, okay, are you camping in Hawaii, or are you going to a mansion? Or are you, give it living, breathing color. But the other thing they don't do, Maria, is put dates on things of when they're going to reach that goal. And that's when I do this in a workshop. Most people look at me like, what? are you talking about? Because this is where you have to hold yourself accountable. And this is where most people, the fear and the doubt shows up big. I can see it leap off their face. So if you need accountability, you guys, and in all of my businesses, I've had dates around when I was going to achieve certain things. Because if I didn't have target dates, then I couldn't map a game plan down to what I should be doing today to march towards that goal. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those are just some tips around fleshing out vision a little bit more. Is that what you were looking for?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think those are terrific, and things that people can actually put into practice. And I know that many, including me years ago when we first met, I had done visions before. I'd done visions for years. But you're right. I had pictures on a board, and it sat in my room, in my office, that I looked at it all the time.
Sure.
But
Which is important.
I didn't have the details behind it. So you're right. It was like pretty pictures and a wish and a prayer that all of this would manifest
Magically appear. Yes.
without doing a lot of work. And that's the piece that in my practice, I get to, it's where the rubber meets the road, right? It is
Yes.
it's where we actually start to see the result of the vision we create, is when we start to work at it with
Yes.
purpose.
Yes. Correct.
I love that. I love that.
God's got the plan, and he gave you the plan. If you figure out, if you really listen, which I encourage everybody to do. But then he's waiting to see if you're actually going to take the steps. It's a collaboration. My company that I created when I stepped into coaching, called Infinite Nation, Maria, 8 years ago, I called myself the co-founder of Infinite Nation. And the reason I did that was because I knew that God had the plan and had revealed the plan, but I needed to work with him to carry it out. Right?
That's such an important distinction. That's the first time I've heard that story, and that's why you called yourself the co-founder. I think that's brilliant.
Yes.
And you're right. This entire life is a collaboration. We don't do anything alone.
Right.
And I am all about collaboration, whether it is with our spirit guide, whoever that is for us,
Yes.
or whether it is surrounding ourselves with a network of people, of supporters who have our backs, our best interests at heart, our geniuses in other areas where we are not.
Yes.
That is so critical in being able to actually execute on that plan, that vision.
Yeah.
And you're right. Where the plan is laid out for us. I believe that too.
Yes.
But until we decide to participate,
yes.
right? And
good word. Yes.
Right? And take meaningful steps and little steps. Start with little steps. But until we do that, nothing really happens.
Yeah.
So our vision is just words on a page, pictures on a board, and I always include, because I think this is foundational, our own personal values in that mix.
Yes.
Because if we are not guided by our own set of values, then we really don't know where we're headed. We don't know whether the decisions we're making are right or for us or not. So,
right.
I love that. So it's an interesting perspective, Carey. Vision, our anchor in all the storms. I love that.
Yes.
I know that a lot of people are going to love what you have shared with us today, and they're very possibly going to want to get in touch with you directly. So would you tell us the very best way for them to do that?
Yes. So you can go to my website, which is just my name, CareyConley.com. You can also email me using my name. which is Carey at careyconley.com. There are things on my website to help people get started. And there are other things that I offer to help people dive a little bit deeper, obviously. So yeah, either way, you can see kind of what I'm doing, or you can reach out and say, hey, I would love to chat with you some more about my vision and I need some help.
That's perfect. Thank you. I am sure a lot of people are going to take you up on that offer. Thank you so much.
Honored.
You have been a role model for me for a few years now. And your resilience and your approach to life are just, they astound me and they inspire me. And I love your tagline, do it on purpose. That is such a cool concept. And if we could just all latch onto that and kind of ride your coattails on that, that would be great. This says so much about how we can choose to change our own approach to life. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Honored, and right back at you. You're also one of the most resilient, inspiring women in my life, Maria. You're doing some great things in the world with this. So I'm honored to be on and to collaborate with you.
Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. I'm so glad that we got to talk this morning.
Me too.
Yeah. And thank you everyone for watching this episode with Carey Conley. This series of conversations is inspired by my latest book, Upside Down to Right Side Up, Turning Transition into Triumph. My book, the articles I write, and these conversations are intended to share stories from the heart and life strategies that can help others. I invite you to share them with other women in your life so none of us ever has to feel alone again. Many of us have gone through similar experiences and we're here to help. I believe it's our time to thrive. Would you join me on that ride? Till next time, I'm Maria Tomás-Keegan.